The story of the eastern gray tree frog is one of the most challenging stories to tell for all of Frog Week. For decades, naturalists, researchers, and organizations have all documented where gray tree frogs occurred through Pennsylvania. Historical field guides, county records, and observations submitted to the Pennsylvania Amphibian and Reptile Survey, and more recently, our citizen science project through iNaturalist, the Frog Week Conservation Project, all contribute another piece to that puzzle. Together, these records allow us to ask not only where the gray tree frogs live today, but where their distribution might be changing over time. This year, our field season wasn't simply about finding gray tree frogs. It was about asking difficult questions. So this is probably the closest I'm gonna get to these frogs. You can hear them, but they're protected by a fence. I hope you can hear them. I'm just watching to make sure there's no car. What happens if I go red light? It's a little bit dangerous. I think they're down at the big pond. Let's find out. I'm gonna play some calls. I was doing some callback. There's about 6 frogs. I'm trying to sneak up on them at the red light. They can see the red light, but it doesn't deter them. There's 2 of them. Let's see how this goes. There's 2 different spots where they're calling, so let's hope that I can get one. They detected me, so they have already detected me. So there's no point in using the red light. These guys already know. They know I'm here. Didn't take very long. I love you guys. You're a younger one, huh? You're a little fella. Here you go. Nice. There you go, buddy. That's good. That's real good. That's real good. Perfect. You'd never know he's there. All right, buddy, your secret's safe with me. Thank you for sharing your location. Hi, buddy. Look at that, guys. Another gray tree frog. Isn't this crazy? Look how good they blend in. Let me back up here, but I want to show you. You'd never know there was a gray tree frog there. This is probably the most adapted population that I've been following because they're using the limestone rocks. Guys, let's look up the elevation where we are right now. So you can see how cool this is. Oh, there it is. 2,500 feet. Look at that. 2,500. Are these populations stable? Are they slowly increasing? Or are some quietly disappearing? Could isolated populations eventually connect? Are there still undiscovered populations waiting to be documented? And perhaps the biggest question of all, how did these populations come to exist in Cambria and Somerset counties? As far as I know, we're the only organization monitoring these mountainous gray tree frog populations and how different they might be. Probably the most disrespectful thing is to have 1 out of 11 encounters or visits equal detection. You come here for the 12th visit of the year and you hear the frogs. Got one, guys. Eastern gray tree frog. Why are you so jumpy? Guys, he's in a... Oh my god. He's in a thorn tree. God, there's so much poison ivy. No. Stop that. You stop that. He was in a thorn tree. After having nearly 15 in a row unsuccessful detections in Somerset County for this year, I almost had the same kind of luck in Cambria County. Thankfully, this is the population Esperanza came from, so I feel I have a little bit of home field advantage. I've followed this population and their migration patterns a little bit more than the others. Every confirmed population tells a chapter of a much larger story. Some have persisted for years, others have only been recently documented. Together, they raise an exciting possibility. Are these isolated populations, or are we beginning to see a larger picture emerge across western Pennsylvania? Observing these mountainous populations, it's very important to understand that the vegetation, the diet, and the habitat of these mountainous populations are very different from the others in the valleys. That's the perk you can't do with a toad, right? Oh, he just wiped his face off. That went hard, and I got that on video. Look how fast they go up the tree. He's gonna stop calling, but I want to show you guys, or maybe not, Here's the difference. That is a crazy picture. I'm holding a gray tree frog, and look at that. The spring peeper is like, what is going on? No way. No way.
Is he gonna call?
He is? What if it pisses off the gray tree frog and he starts calling? Oh, I found him. Right when I fly. He's like coming towards us. Got him now. Give it a couple more seconds here. You can see him on my binoculars. If you look right in the center, you can see his eyes. You see him? He's right here. Yeah, look how he looked at us. Did you see that? Did you see that? That's how observant they are. That's the first time I could confirm that. How observant that frog is. Yeah, look how he looked at us. Did you? The eastern gray tree frog populations in Cambria and Somerset Counties have historically been a mystery. Over 113 years have passed, according to all of the records, and before our documentation in Frog Week 2021, there had been no confirmed records of any eastern gray tree frogs in either county. And while I'm aware there were a couple of sources from pars and naturalists that had frogs without any audio, it is possible that they were frogs that came in on plants. Despite anything, we had the first records of the eastern gray tree frogs in both of these counties. Not only the records, but the breeding populations. And if you ask me, it's more important to know where everybody is than just to have one random encounter. The story is far from being answered, as we have far more questions than answers this year. But that's what the best part about the eastern gray tree frogs is. We learn something new every year. I can't wait to continue to share their story. I hope that you'll continue to watch Frog Week 2026, as we have so many more stories to tell, and I can't wait to share the finale with you guys, explaining what happened to these different populations. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you'll continue liking and subscribing and sharing for more Frog Week content. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.